As things stand, Christian Horner believes it would be a no-brainer for Red Bull to renew Sergio Perez's contract. The Mexican driver's current contract will expire after the 2022 season, and he played a significant part in helping teammate Max Verstappen win the World Championship last year. A little introduction. Sergio Perez, better known by his nickname Checo, debuted in Formula One with Sauber in 2011 and signed with McLaren before the end of his second season. That, however, was a short-lived connection. Perez began racing in 1996. He began racing in the Skip Barber Series in the United States in 2004 with the assistance of wealthy Mexican tycoon Carlos Slim's Escuderia Telmex. He returned to Europe the next year and competed in the German Formula BMW Championship for 2 years. When Perez made his F1 debut in the 2011 Australian Grand Prix, he became the first driver to do it in 30 years. After finishing 8th in Melbourne, he would have earned a point in his F1 debut, but the two Saubers were penalized for a minor technical infringement. 4 races later, a top 10 finish in Spain earned him his first points. Perez qualified in the top 10 for the first time in the next round in Monaco, only to crash hard at the start of Q3. He did not sustain any significant injuries, but he did not compete and withdrew from the following round in Canada as he recovered. Perez later said that regaining full fitness took several races. What happened? Perez's contract expires after this season, but he apparently persuaded Red Bull in the first 4 Grands Prix that he is a viable option for 2023. The gap between Perez and teammate Max Verstappen is much smaller than last year, so he can only speak highly of him in an interview with The Atlantic. Last season, Sergio Perez needed some time to adjust to a completely different environment, but the Mexican appears to be loosening up in 2022. The 32-year-old driver performs as expected, which pleases his company Red Bull Racing. Christian Horner appears to be hinting towards an extension of his contract. Perez's update. Sergio Perez has revealed the status of his contract negotiations with Red Bull, which are slated to expire at the end of 2022. Sergio Perez has disclosed that conversations about a prospective contract extension with Red Bull have begun. In 2021, the Mexican driver signed a 1-year contract with the club, which was then extended for another year in 2022. However, with the agreement set to expire at the end of the current campaign, both sides have previously expressed interest in extending it until 2023. Julian Jacoby, Perez's manager, was seen at Red Bull during the Miami Grand Prix weekend, and Perez announced after the race that discussions had begun. Max Verstappen praises Perez. Sergio Perez's pole position at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix was hailed by Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Christian Horner. Verstappen finished 4th, and during his qualifying session he complained of having zero grip, echoing some of his previous issues in Bahrain. Both Red Bulls crashed out in the closing moments of the season's first race, leaving them with no points at the conclusion of the season, but both of their drivers now have a great chance of finishing on the podium, if not in the points. It wasn't a spectacular Q3, the world champion said after the session. My first set in Q3 was a disaster. With the tires, it was a whole different experience. I didn't feel quite at ease. Checo did a terrific job today, and I am extremely glad for him, he stated when asked about his teammates' performance. Christian Horner, team principal, was ecstatic for his driver, highlighting the Mexican's experience. I'm just ecstatic for Checo. It's unbelievable after 215 races. He's working harder than he's ever worked before, and that lap was incredible, he remarked. We could see it coming for a long time, and the Ferraris had such a high bar. For Checo to accomplish that, I believe that he has out-qualified Max for the second time. It's an incredible performance from him to put in a lap like that here at the most dangerous and challenging circuit we race to. I'm just overjoyed for him. He's put in a lot of effort, and I believe this year's car is better suited to his personality than last year's. He did a fantastic job today. Mercedes, Red Bull's typical adversaries, faltered once more, with George Russell admitting that the car has fundamental issues despite finishing 3rd with Lewis Hamilton last weekend. It wasn't a good day for the team. We're now unable to control the vehicle. It's been a little hit or miss. We're battling for this tiny window, he explained. You take your positives, but in the long term, it doesn't benefit us. Horner praises Perez's role at Red Bull. After Red Bull team manager Christian Horner stated that keeping Perez would be a no-brainer for the team, he recently told The Athletic in North America he's doing a tremendous job. Everyone is pleased to have him on the team. Of course, if we had to make a decision right now, we would choose to prolong. It'll be a no-brainer as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. What's next for Gasly? Horner's statement comes as Red Bull driver Pierre Gasly, now 26 years old, considers his own future with the team. After a rough half-season with Verstappen, the Frenchman was relegated by Red Bull and is now in his entire third season with AlphaTauri. Since then, Gasly has risen to the top of the podium twice, once after a historic victory at Monza, and has remained with the Red Bull stable. The AlphaTauri driver is under contract with Red Bull until 2023, but the Frenchman has stated on multiple occasions that he is ready for a promotion. If Marco and Horner choose Perez, a transfer to another racing stable is not ruled out. The condition is that a slot becomes vacant at another team, which is unlikely given the contract conditions of most Formula One drivers. Will Perez race further? Sergio Perez said he was relieved to have any doubts about his future cleared up after Red Bull revealed on Friday at the Belgian Grand Prix that he would continue to partner with Max Verstappen in 2022. For the first time since 2018, Red Bull will start successive seasons with the same driver lineup. Perez telling the media following Friday practice at Spa that he was glad the announcement came early in the season, allowing him to focus on the job at hand.